with other digital freelancers, with other solopreneurs. What is your main advice? You said you have to be born maybe or made for it. It's not for everybody, but
So,
if you have decided already to go this journey, what is the most important advice?
actually, to correct, I was not referring that you need to be born or made for it. I'm saying that you need some preparation.
Welcome everybody from the audience of Tec-One to the episode number 11 of the Tec-One Stories. Today we have Cosmin Barbu from Romania, but he's actually working online international as a remote worker. And yeah, maybe let us know more about your story, Cosmin, as a digital freelancer, as a solopreneur. Yeah, what? How did you start to become a freelancer or a solopreneur?
Thank you very much, Dr. Werner, for the opportunity to be here. So, as I start a solopreneur in two two steps. First step was uh, starting company and moving from my 9 to 5 job uh, to being half freelancer for this
Mm-hmm.
because I was working at the same company as a contractor. Yeah, and I went like this for a few years, and after that, I decided to go solo, and I started to check for projects to do small projects here and there, and to build my confidence.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning,
So,
I at the beginning the the hardest part was to live with the idea that there is no insurance anymore. When I was hired as an employee with labor contract, uh, there was a feeling that uh, you are kind of unsure that you'll get your paycheck every month and so on. When I moved to freelancing, I had a big shock because even though the money arrived, they didn't arrive in the same frequency and in the same day as I was used. Sometimes I had to wait 2 3 months for them and
mhm.
so on.
Yes, but there are also some advantages, right? Because otherwise you would have gone back to the normal employment. So is it the freedom, or is it what is it? What is the advantage that you're still a freelancer? You're doing this since many years, right?
Yes. So I can admit that this is not for everyone.
That's true.
Because, uh, at the beginning, I encountered a lot of panic attacks and anxiety attacks. Immediately after I switched, and few months, 1 year after that, after I managed to stabilize myself and being able to really work efficiently. Go on.
No, so you said it's not for everyone. So what would you
Yes.
say? What are the characteristics of a good freelancer? So when can you be a good freelancer? What do you need to how yeah, what are the characteristics? How do you need to be?
When I said it's not for everyone, I was not referring on the skills.
Hmm.
I was referring on the ability to adapt and ability to sustain to work into unknown, because
Yeah.
you you don't have any security for that that you will receive any project or any money for the next period. There are also disadvantages for for being a freelancer. Uh, you're not working full time on one project, and if you are, you are working for a limited period of time. You're not working long time as I was used to work before going to freelancing. I was used to work on projects for 4 years and so on. But
Yeah.
after that, the period, uh, the period got uh, shortened very much.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's more like an adventurer, right? So you don't know what happens, but you have exciting new new projects, exciting new people. You meet a lot of people, and so it feels like an adventurer. It's at least for me. So I don't know how you feel it.
Yes, it's like an adventure.
Mhm.
And I can give I can give an example of
Yes,
adventure.
please.
So
Yes, please.
when a company hires you as a consultant, or as a contract, yeah, mostly as a consultant, uh, and ask you to work with some teams of employees, 95 employees, they will see you most likely with hostility because they think that you are there to take their job, even though you are there to help them become a better version of themselves. So the first thing you need to do is to get past this barrier of mistrust and fear that happens in a company that never seen a contractor or consultant before.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a change of how we work, of organizations, and you're also a part of Tec-One, and we have international collaborations. And I think, yeah, it changes your mind, but you also have to be open to work on an international basis. There's also the time zones, right? So how do you deal with all that, with the time zone? You work with US companies, with US partners. We also work with Asian people. So how do you deal all this, your time schedule, your task management, time zones? What is your strategy for this?
It's very easy. Work 18 hours a day, so
Okay.
you cover all time zones.
Okay. So you would say you're a
Just kidding.
workaholic?
Just kidding. No. I try to adapt as much as possible to the needs of the clients and to the time zones. Yeah. Of course, up to the limit, up to some limit.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have to be very flexible also in that sense. Yeah. So I think that is really one of the main characteristics, to be flexible as a digital nomad, as a digital freelancer. And yeah, what else? What do you think? What is very important for a digital nomad, for a digital freelancer, if he wants to survive? I mean, some people do it only for a couple of months or a couple of years, but some do it for their whole lifetime, right? So what do you think? What is most important?
As for digital freelancer, uh, you need to adapt as you mentioned earlier. You need to adapt to the requirements of the customers, at
Yeah,
least at the beginning, when
yeah,
you have no luxury to select the customers,
yeah.
and by and also try to negotiate these terms uh, to be okay for you and also for the customer. For example, negotiate to have uh, meetings during the night and work during the day. So yeah, some meetings in some days of the weeks during the night and the others during your day, or any other combination that works for both of you.
Mhm.
As for digital nomad, I don't know how it is because I'm not a digital nomad.
Oh, yeah, but maybe let us know what's the most interesting meeting you ever had on an international basis online.
I had an interesting call with a company founder.
Yeah,
The company was brick and mortar,
Hmm.
And uh, I I talked with the guy, presented the idea. I got very positive feedback from him, and he said that he's interested in developing something for automating their processes.
Hmm.
And after that, he asked me to join another call where he called also his sales manager. Uh, we got to a point where I asked where they asked me what is my price for the website. They will keep pushing the idea that I'm building a website.
Hmm.
I was keep pushing the idea that I'm building a platform, not a website.
Yeah.
And the meeting went on and on. Like I was like, I need to know the features in order to give you a price for what is built and an estimation in time and so on. And they were going on and on that they have uh, uh, a website developer that can uh, give them a price immediately. So this was a ping pong up to a point when they hung up completely in
Yeah.
Zoom.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I think this is happens very often. Yeah, that you have a lot of misunderstandings, and I think, and this is also how I know you, and this is also what we want to do in Tec-One, that we want to build projects, right? Not only quick solutions, but long-term solutions, and we bring skills together. We bring people from different backgrounds together to make long-term projects. Maybe this is the future of startups, right? And you have also a heart and a passion for this.
yeah, I had two startups that
Yeah.
I did try to raise them from the ground, but I did uh, for each of them I did one big mistake, and that ruined everything.
Yeah, I mean
And
that's very often, right?
I learned
Startups they're difficult, right? But you learned a lot out of it, I guess.
True. I learned from the first one. I didn't. So I avoided all the mistakes from the first one or the second one. And on the second one, I did something new, which was
Yeah,
also wrong, and that ended up failing. So yeah, I built a team of strong developers. We were all being so we were able to build the product, but none of us was able to sell the product.
yeah, yeah. This is important that you have tech people and sales people and design people and yeah, from all different fields. So, what would you say? This is also a topic of the Tech One stories of our podcast. Typically, what would you say about coaching? What is a good coach, or what do you need to bring in if you want to find a good coach? So, what do you think about coaching?
Uh, I think that coaching and mentoring is very important on the on any level because there is always someone with greater knowledge and greater skills and experience than you.
Yeah,
Uh, I think the one thing that is important is that the gap shouldn't be too big.
that's very interesting. Yeah,
I
yeah,
noticed this
that's very
when
interesting.
when I was mentoring. Uh, so initially, I started mentoring some internship groups, and that was okay. But while the time went on, and also my experience and my seniority increased, I found out that it's harder and harder for me to mentor entry level uh, persons, students.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
is harder for me to uh, think at the simplest level that feels like like normal, like natural for me right now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is very important. We talked a lot about, I mean, we have now the 11th episode, and it's always the discussion, how does a coach and the person who is coached, how do they fit together? And it's always discussed that the coach need to know more, but the gap should not be too big. Yeah, this is very interesting.
I learned also a lot. So
Yeah,
it
this
was
is
very
very
nice.
common. This is also when I was a professor, I learned much more than when I was a student. It's very normal that you learn more when you're the mentor.
Yeah, and also there is when someone starts from is at the beginning, it has the learning mentality,
Mhm. Yeah,
and where they don't know anything, so they are they are able to see angles that their mentors or coaches are not able to see at that
that's
point.
true. Yeah, that's
Once
true.
once they get more experience and they will start knowing more and more and more, they will lose this ability.
Yeah. Yeah,
And that's
so it's typically a learning for both sides. But of course, what you said before, it's important that the coach or the mentor is already more experienced and can help the mentee to come to that point too, right? And I think this is the main point. And we discuss this very often. If you see the other podcast episode, you can see, I mean, the audience, everybody, you, Cosmin, and also the audience. And I would encourage that you also watch the other episodes. We had already very interesting persons in this podcast. So maybe last question, Cosmin, what do you want to share with other digital freelancers, with other solopreneurs? What is your main advice? You said you have to be born maybe or made for it. It's not for everybody, but
no.
if you have decided already to go this journey, what is the most important advice?
So to revise what you mentioned earlier, actually to correct, I was not referring that you need to be born or made for it. I'm saying that you need some preparation and you will have a lot of struggle to get on your feet. So this is because it is not easy to do it, especially if you uh, started from yeah, if you're switching from a job. If you're switching from a job to freelancer, y- you start having a lot of issues that you didn't have by then, like like needing to have an accountant on your company, needing to build an account, needing to stay up to date with all the legislation, so all the laws that are added for your country, and international laws also, because if you want to have international clients, you also need to look you need to have extra expenses that you didn't have in the past, like accountant, lawyer, and any other services that were done for you by the previous company that hired you.
So
And
that mean, yeah, that means
that
the most
was
important advice is to have a good network of people that can help you and support you in this journey.
uh yes, but most important is to analyze and make sure that that you know everything, or you are prepared.
You're
Never
prepared
start.
for it. Mhm.
Yeah, you shouldn't start like me head first.
Unprepared. Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
prepared head first because I've seen and seen others doing it, and they seem to be working okay. They seem to be happy and with no problems and so on. But I didn't see the struggle up to that point for them. So
I like this as a closing word. If you want to be prepared, if you consider maybe or think about being a freelancer and want to start it maybe this year, 2024. So this is the first episode of 2024. If you want to start it this year, be prepared. If you want to be prepared, you can also come to Tec-One. You will meet Cosmin there and also other people that already experienced it. We have a lot of advices. We have a lot to discuss. And yeah, maybe you also want to watch the other episodes. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You will see a lot of material here to be prepared as a freelancer. Thank you, Cosmin, for coming to this podcast to share your story. Also, your painful story to some extent. So you were very open. Thank you for that, Cosmin. And yeah,
Different.
see you all soon.
See you.